Our top story at this hour. The court's just wrapping up a few moments ago in former President Trump's attempt to get multiple felony charges dismissed in the classified documents case brought against him. Trump's attorneys argue that the special counsel's prosecution is unconstitutionally vague and should be thrown out for that reason.
On the other hand, special counsel Jack Smith says that Trump's motion is just the latest example of him believing he is far above the law. Our senior reporter Catherine Falders is outside the Florida courtroom there and joins us now. Also, Florida-based defense attorney Tim Jansen. So, Catherine, let's start with you. The hearing just concluded without Judge Cannon making any type of ruling from the bench. So what happens now?
Right, it's a good question, Kira. This was a hearing on two motions to dismiss brought by the Trump team, one claiming that the charges were unconstitutionally vague, the other based on the Presidential Records Act. She wasn't really buying these arguments, especially as it related to the Trump team's arguments over the Presidential Records Act. Donald Trump's lawyers essentially said because he brought the records with him from the White House that they were essentially his. She said that doesn't seem like a basis on a motion to dismiss. Regardless, not ruling from the bench, so she likely will put in an order in short order, as she said. The other big question here, Kira, is when will the trial be? There have been two hearings that were essentially to determine this. She hasn't made a ruling on that yet. She did bring up jury instructions a number of times during this hearing, indicating that she believes it will go to trial. It's clearly on her mind. But again, we still don't have a date past May yet.
And Tim, you've practiced law there in Florida for over a decade. This is one of your areas of expertise. So Donald Trump's argument is that this prosecution must be tossed out because it's vague. They're zeroing in on the notion of the word authorized is just too vague. Was he authorized to retain these documents? What do you make of that strategy?
Well, it's not an easy argument to make. The Fifth Amendment encompasses the void for vagueness. Basically, every defendant is entitled to know what they're charged with. It's criminal, and it should not be disciplined or prosecuted in an arbitrary or discriminatory way. He's made both arguments. He's weaved in there the Presidential Records Act, claiming that he made those personal records. I don't think the court was buying that. There is some prior case law, Supreme Court case law, that's against him. But there is some nuances there about, under 793, that statute, that there is some, looks like judicial interpretations that need to be made. So that's what the defense is arguing. And of course, the prosecution is arguing that 793.18 Title U.S. it is basically 100 years old and has never been deemed unconstitutional. So you have a difficult hill for the president to get up.
Tim, let me ask you about the judge at the center of this case, Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee. She's been accused of being overly favorable toward the former president. What do you know about her, and do you think this is a real concern?
Well, I don't know her personally, and I've been practicing 38 years in Florida and as a federal prosecutor. Every judge has their own biases when you go into a courtroom. Some lean to the left, some lean to the right. But the federal system is designed to make it equal for everyone, and that you shouldn't have a political judge on one side or the other that is a detriment to a defendant. And that's how the system is made, and it's how it's supposed to be executed.
All right, Catherine Falders, Tim Jansen, thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.